Hey guys, it's Tarot and Beyond. In today's pick a card reading, we are looking at. Okay, Kitty's sneezing. You got the sneezes? She's not usually in the room with me, but I'm letting her come in today because I took her to the vet earlier and I don't want her to be upset with me. Bless you. Are you okay? Oh my god, that's so funny. I'm not going to edit that out. Usually I would and I'd start over and oh, the candle just, what is going on? Oh my god, it's just one thing after another. So normally I would edit that out and all that, but we're doing a signs reading today, so it's really about these signs, and literally everything is a sign when it comes to working with spirit. I have learned that. So that being said, we have 3 groups to choose from today as usual. Group number 1 is the sign in heaven. Group number 2 is the bottle cap in the ocean. And group number 3 is like the fire symbol. And these were all channeled phrases that Spirit had me use to generate these images. So select the image or reading or even multiple ones that you feel drawn to. And we're going to look at the next sign that Spirit is going to show you and what it means. All right, we'll see you in your readings. All right, hi group number 1. Welcome to your reading. You chose the image of the signpost up amongst the clouds. So I'm already just getting this feeling that the next sign Spirit is going to be showing you is going to be something that seems very far out of your reach. It feels like this is something that is either very physically far away from you, or this is something that feels elevated to a different state or a different level of consciousness. And I'm getting that the sign will be quite obvious. That's what they're telling me. The sign's going to be quite obvious, but it's going to feel intangible or out of reach. So I'm not quite sure what that means. I think we'll get more clarity on it when we get into the cards. So let's go ahead and do that now. Yeah, let's start with the tarot and then we'll do oracle cards. Usually I do it the other way around and I use tarot as clarifiers, but I just go with my intuition, and today we're doing this first. 6 of materials. Okay, so the 6 of Pentacles, this is talking about this clarity. I'm just feeling like it's going to be very sort of obvious, but at the same time, it feels very elevated. I don't know quite what to make of this yet. Knight of Emotions, Knight of Cups. Okay. Page of Inspiration. Oh, this might come through in the form of inspiration. But I'm also seeing that clouds are going to be significant. They just were drawing my attention to this sort of nebulous looking smoke or cloud in this card. So there's something to do with clouds being involved with this sign. And Kitty is for confirmation. I don't know if the mic picked up her meowing in the background just there. So yeah, something to do with clouds is connected to this sign. You have the 2 of materials, 2 of Pentacles. Again, it's elevated and she's in the clouds. You see the theme here. So pay attention to maybe synchronicities around seeing clouds, and they don't have to be actual clouds outside. Sometimes it'll show up in pictures or on TV or shows or even in books. Like Spirit will literally use any medium or modality to get the message across. And when it comes to this kind of a thing, I'm seeing that it's going to be nebulous like a cloud, but it's also going to be quite obvious. 4 of Emotions. Yeah, 4 of Emotions. It's going to be intuitive. I'm feeling a lot of this is coming through intuitively, or there's going to be a creative component to it. Temperance. Lunar cycle. That jumped out at me very strongly. Something about the lunar cycle is important here as well. And how that affects the clouds, I'm not sure. Could be clouds around the moon as a sign. and the 7 of voices. Clouds on a mountain there. Okay. I do feel this one as well. 5 of inspiration. Let's get more. And what is this? This is so sort of out of left field, but I just got this message about some kind of like a sexual awakening or something about like the sacral chakra, perhaps. But I'm feeling it like connected to your physical body and your sexuality. So this is kind of what the sign is going to be talking about. The sacral chakra does also rule creativity, and I was getting that it's very intuitive, it's very, very feeling oriented, and it's very creative. So that's all part of this too, but they're specifically giving me sexual energy. And that's like that's the vibe I'm getting. Look on the bright side. Okay, this is so like, look, they said fullness and length give power. A little bit of sexual innuendo in that one. And I normally wouldn't see that kind of thing. So this is part of it. It could have to do with some kind of, I'm getting like sexual liberation or sexual balancing, sacral chakra balancing. Relationships could definitely be part of this. And going from being either disconnected from yourself or feeling like these things are out of reach for you, like reaching the top of the mountain, getting to that orgasmic level of state of being or state of bliss or connection or intimacy, and having that be available to you. So when you're seeing clouds or you're seeing something to do with the moon, the clouds, or mountains, this is kind of what they're showing me, is that these are all connected to this like nebulous state of your emotional experience, your sensitivity, your physical sexual expression, and also your creativity. It's like they're all connected. Create the future. It's very much to do with creativity. Men and boys. Interesting. I'm seeing the sexuality may have been fragile, or the energy of sexuality was trapped or repressed, perhaps, or it was misdirected in some way. But there's like a bridge that's opening up that's going to point you in the direction of this. It sort of feels like a kundalini awakening, but it's in the sacral. Embrace the journey. I feel a lot of replenishment coming from this, like the more that you are connecting with this creative spark or this creative energy or this sexual energy, the more that you're charging yourself up. And you're getting out of some kind of, the energy is like disconnection. You're getting out of disconnection. Always take the scenic route. Okay, you have embraced the journey and always take the scenic route. That's actually a synchronicity that came up for me earlier today. Like almost word for word, always take the scenic route. And it was on an ad that was playing on SoundCloud. SoundCloud, literally cloud. What? Yeah. What was I listening to? What song was that when I was listening to that? It was a Petro-Canada ad. It was like a gas station. Oh my God, and you have the gas station here. What? Okay. I always pay attention to everything that happens before readings because it's all relevant, it's all connected. Messages come through like this in readings from my day all the time, and that happens in client sessions too. Like I'll sometimes have stuff come up for a client like 2 or 3 days before I actually have the session with the client because time's not linear. But anyway, they're showing me something to do with that. I think I was listening to a love song, or I was listening to something, and the ad was from that gas station, Petro-Canada, and was like, always take the scenic route because you've got the gas to do it. So it's something about having the energy to do something and be able to express yourself or be able to enjoy your life, which is also what the sacral chakra is about. It's about like the sensual nature of life and being able to enjoy the experience of the journey. Gummed labels is standing out to me in this. Look at right there, gummed labels. Like something was gumming up the works in the sacral chakra. And when you see the clouds, and something to do with cloud, they just said it's going to dawn on you. You're going to have some kind of a realization. You're going to be able to fix something, and the ordinary is the extraordinary. Okay. Yeah, I get this sense that sexual liberation, I don't know what that means for you, but serendipity is going to bring some kind of luck, though, for sure. Oh, yeah, gold and the four-leaf clover. I'm getting that you're going to gain a sense of direction as well, especially, okay, so let's say, for example, you weren't sure how to express your creativity, then this sign is going to be directly referring to sort of an outlet or a path that you can kind of use this gas that you have in your tank toward and enjoy the journey or the process of that. It doesn't have to be sex. It can be like making art or creating something or doing something you're passionate about. And I'm seeing that be a guidepost, sort of like that sign on the mountain in the clouds being like, go this way, direct it this way. And it's when you get up above the clouds that you're able to see that. So this may be through some kind of elevation of consciousness, through sacred sexual practice, or through meditation, or through even like listening to music, because that was the example from the synchronicity that happened for me earlier today, or through love, or through connection and intimacy. But it's unlocking a lot of serendipity. So really pay attention to those meaningful coincidences as they show up, because it's not a coincidence. It's all a sign, and it's all pointing you in this direction. I'm seeing your sensitivity being really heightened. They keep showing me these cats in this card, the black cats, and the way that they've got like these radiating sort of halos around them. Like your sensitivity is just really amping up, and that's why you're going to see the message. And even though that sensitivity may feel sometimes like it's fragile, especially if it was repressed or locked up for a long time, I'm seeing this really being able to express. And you're going to create, if it's not to do with creating something, then this is actually to do with like creating your entire reality, because the sexual energy is one of the most powerful expressions or resources of vital force energy that we have to shape and create our reality. So if that's blocked up, manifestation in all areas is going to be blocked up. It's like gums up the works, right? No gas in the tank. So I'm seeing like this heavy weight being lifted off of you, and you molting or transforming or shedding some kind of a limitation or breaking free from the cage through this liberation, they just said liberative act that brings balance, and it allows you to escape from some kind of a distorted, sort of like, they're showing me this like distorted mirror world, almost like, there's a movie, I think it's called The Sorcerer's Apprentice, and there's like the mirror realm that they can sometimes go into, and if they get stuck there, it's just like a mirror reality where there's nothing. It's like this disconnected energy in this mirror realm. Yeah, they're showing me other examples of that as well in my mind. So there's an example of it in Once Upon a Time, the show. They get trapped in like this mirror dimension. So, and it's all empty, and it's like a wasteland because it's just a reflection. It's not the actual living of the experience of the real world. So I'm seeing you coming back into connection with yourself and really being able to shape and create your reality from the ground up, like very fundamental level manifestation here. Okay, let me see. Time to go. Yeah, so I was seeing the bridge here in this card, and you've got this here too. So something about crossing the bridge. This could be another sign that you're heading in the right direction, is seeing like planks of wood, either that line up as bridges or wooden signs, because that was another thing that I was kind of taking note of the image you chose, is like wooden signs. Something about wood. Got wood. Oh my God, these sexual innuendos are just, ay. I don't always feel comfortable with that kind of thing, but hey, Maybe this is part of it. Maybe I'm supposed to be talking about it because that's how this energy gets liberated. Go the distance, time to go and go the distance. It's like you're being called to get in the car and go do something, or you're being called to explore your reality or to connect with someone or yourself in a new way. It's like it's time to go and you're going to go the distance. They're playing the song from Hercules, the Disney animated version. How does it go? I can go the distance. Something, something. Yeah, so look at this desert, you know, it's like dried up. And then I was also seeing all the waters here and the night of emotions. So there's something to do with like getting your joie de vivre back, or your gusto, your mojo, you know, like Austin Powers, they stole my mojo. But you're getting it back. And look, clouds again. Clouds. Clouds are important. They just showed me the cover image. Oh my God. The banner image on my channel is clouds and moons, and they were showing us clouds and moons. And yeah, that's like my branding. That is so funny. So it's like, this is the sign. This is the sign, literally. Co-create. We are co-creating. Look, you have the zebra, what? No, leopard. You have the cheetah here twice. So there's something here that's going to manifest very quickly. Yeah, they said at speed. And it's because you're not the only one creating this. You are co-creating this. It's like a collective dream, or it's some kind of like mutual energy. Yeah, I'm just seeing a lot of elevation. They keep showing me in every card some aspect of the clouds, the energy of clouds. I did feel called to this deck as well. It's the Cosmic Oracle, or Cosmic Creatures Oracle. These three. I feel these ones, let's see. The spider is all about creation. And it can also, in the shadow side, talk about a trap. So I see you getting out of some kind of a trap, a web, something you were wrapped up in that was keeping you stuck and disconnected and distorted. And instead, you're now taking that and applying it in a new way and creating something of your own. Yeah, they said of your very own. You're creating something of your very own, even though you're co-creating, but you're doing it with like the universe, with God, with source, with your higher self. You are co-creating, and it's in alignment, and that's why it manifests so quickly, and it starts to show up in your physical reality is what they're showing me. I just heard road trip as well. There may be an actual road trip that's part of this, like the journey is something of an activator, or this sign could show up right before you're about to go on a road trip or to do something creative. But I feel like you kind of had to like piece these things together, or you had to like figure it out. They're also showing me the telephone booth here in the background of this card. And they're showing me like Doctor Who, and I've never actually watched that show, but I think he does time traveling through one of those telephone boxes. Is that right? Something about that. And the crossword they were showing me, so something about like solving a riddle or a puzzle, going on a quest or a journey, traveling through time. Okay, seahorse. I always see seahorse as like this energy of masculine and feminine reversed. It's like different gender roles. And we did have men and boys, so something about gender roles, sexuality, sexual expression, exploration, creativity, or yeah. Again, same themes. Whoa, Phoenix, rising from the ashes, being reborn. I just keep getting this feeling of like something that you felt like had completely gone away comes back, or it's like there's a resurgence. Maybe you felt like you lost your creative spark and you became numb. and you weren't getting any inspiration to create anything, and then all of a sudden it just comes roaring back, and all of a sudden you have all these ideas coming in and you start spinning those webs and creating something out of it. Yeah, I'm seeing you bridging the gap. Yeah. Or like, again, I was saying, if this is sexuality, you could have felt like you have no desire for that, like lacking intimacy or feeling disconnected from yourself and your own body. And then again, it just kind of like comes roaring back. Interesting. So group number 1, the sign is, as stated, something about clouds, a journey, gassing up, signposts, like actual wood or signposts, bridging the gap, and then being able to create something or experience something physically in a way that really reignites your passion for life. That's what I'm getting. It's like gusto, seizing the day. I just heard, yeah, seizing the day. So there's something about like really living, you know, you're not just kind of an automaton mindlessly on autopilot walking through life. You're actually really embracing it, you're feeling it, you're enjoying it, and most importantly, you're creating it or co-creating it. Okay, and you're going to see it super quickly. So when you start seeing those clouds, which I think is happening right now because this is the reading and this is the message, you're going to start having these things show up. So embrace the journey. All right, group 1, thank you so much for being here. I hope you enjoyed the reading and that it was helpful. Let me know how these signs pop up or crop up for you. Have you already started seeing these things? Is this confirmation? I know a lot of the time that's the case. Spirit will draw us to readings and we can see the confirmation or the validation of those synchronicities showing up even like right now, but some of this might come up later as well. So I'm sending you guys so much love and blessings for this sacred revival of your sacral chakra energy and the journey it will take you on. I love you, and we'll see you in the next reading. Bye. All right, hi group number 2. Welcome to your reading. You chose the image of the bottle cap floating in the ocean. I was really intrigued by this one when Spirit gave me that prompt. I was like, why would a bottle cap be floating in the ocean? What does this mean as a symbol? So I'm really looking forward to seeing what comes up for you. So right away, I do want to mention that energetically what I'm getting is that there's something that's floating on the surface or something that rises to the surface, and you're able to see it. And it's kind of in like an odd place that it wouldn't normally be. So it could actually be in water that you're finding or seeing this sign or symbol. But it could be anything that's kind of out of place a little bit, like you wouldn't expect it to be there, but you see it. It like kind of comes into your awareness. So let's get some cards. We're going to start with the Muse Tarot deck, and then we're going to get some Oracle cards. Thank you to the donors who have sent these decks into us. I love them. Okay, this card. 7 of Voices. Okay. Interesting. They said something hidden. I heard something hidden. Oh, right. The bottle cap is under the surface and then it rises to the top. So something hidden is revealed. Page of Voices. You're going to see it. I mean, obviously that's what signs are. You see them, but I'm getting this energy of like it really stands out. And you kind of almost do like a double take. You're like, wait, what? That shouldn't be there. That doesn't make any sense. Why is that there? You have the Muse of Materials. I feel like you're going to be curious about this and you're going to want to explore it. I did just hear out of your comfort zone. Something is out of your comfort zone. The Temperance card. I'm getting this message that this sign will show up. This thing will be in an odd place. Like maybe it's something that you put down and then the next day you come back and it's in a different spot and you're like, wait, what? That's not where I left you. Yeah, it's something a bit odd like that. That's very interesting. 4 of Emotions. I do feel like water has something to do with this. It could be an actual cup, a bottle, or something to do with like a glass of water, something like that, because water's involved here. Page of materials. And they were showing me flowers as well. So flowers and water makes me like a vase or something. Yeah, a vase or something like that. And when I was pre-shuffling the cards after doing group number 1's reading, one of the cards in the Wisdom of the Oracle deck, which we'll be getting in a bit, that fell out was the Message in a Bottle card. And that card actually has an image of a bottle floating in the ocean with a message in it. And it was like, you know, it's that kind of vibe that I'm getting from you. It's like you wouldn't expect to see a bottle floating in the ocean with a message in it, but it's like it's there, and it bobbed its way up to the surface and it came to you. So it just happens to be there, but it's like in an unexpected way or in an unexpected time or place when you're out of your comfort zone in some way. Or this could be referring to you getting out of your comfort zone. Ace of Voices. It's the Ace of Swords. You have a lot of voices cards gathered over here. These are all swords energy, which is air, the element of air. So it could be something to do with the air as well. They did say delivered to you on silent wings. It feels like a delivery. Okay, we're going to get a lot of cards for your reading group number 2 because this one feels like a puzzler and I'm intrigued. You have the Justice card. This is Libra, again, air energy, air element. Justice card. Justice is served. You've got another Muse, Muse of Inspiration, Muse of Wands. Oh, yeah. Okay, so I had just had this thought of, okay, these two cards, the Muses, are printed horizontally. And I like to put them vertically just so that everything's sort of cohesive. And I remember when I was having the image generated for your significator, when I typed in bottle cap, what they were showing me clairvoyantly when they gave me the prompt was a bottle cap floating with like the top down and the bottom up, you know, because that's how it would float. And then when the AI generated the image, it was the bottle cap facing down. And I was thinking in my head, well, that doesn't make sense because that would sink if it was that way, wouldn't it? I don't know. But there's something about like something being turned sort of the other way around. Maybe that's what's odd about this, is that something is out of place or it's not in its normal, like maybe the vase gets knocked over or something like that. Like, oh, that's not where I left it, or the cup gets knocked over or something. Awakening. And the Strength card, wow. 2 major arcana back to back like that. Bam. Strong energy. Very strong energy. Okay, group number 2. What is this? Let's keep going. What is this sign for them, Spirit? Oh. Start doing things you love. Okay, notes and stuff. See, like there's some kind of a note. Something that you're doing something that's a little outside of your comfort zone, but it's something you are going to love or you're being prompted to do that. I just keep getting this energy of like it's odd to you, or it's different than what you would normally do, or it just feels a little bit sort of out of the ordinary. Something about being out of the ordinary. Attitude is everything. Yeah, see, we've got the jar here too. So like cups, vases, jars, something about that. Bottles. These are containers. What do all these things have in common? They're all containers. They contain. And when we're talking about the comfort zone, this is getting out of your safety container. So I think this sign will have something to do with that, because that's what it's representing. It's like literally getting out of your normal state of being, or changing the way that you would operate, or changing the environment you're in, or what you're doing. Yeah. The bottom of the deck here, we have never doubt your instinct. I'm seeing there with the strength card, it's very much about instinct with the lion here. So something that, oh, even with the foxes too there, yeah. Something that you're being called to trust your instincts around. Like when you feel that something is off, trust that. Okay, here and now. Now I do have to mention, in this card, the clouds really stood out to me. And these signposts, the wooden signposts, those were 2 signs that came up in group number 1. And any time that Spirit prompts me to talk about different readings in a particular reading, it's because there's some kind of connection, or there's overlapping messages, or there's additional messages that are relevant. So I'm seeing that part of this sign is kind of, it's showing you where you are and where you need to go. It's helping you to break out of your shell. It's helping you to get free, to do something you love, to express yourself. Maybe something you wouldn't normally do. All that glitters. Taking off the mask. Oh, yeah. Really just letting yourself shine is kind of what I'm seeing. Yeah, taking off that mask and getting free. You have chop wood, and it feels like it's something. It's so interesting because it's like it feels like something that's mundane, but it's in a weird way. Like it's just a vase, but it's been turned upside down in the night, and you're like, what? How did that happen? Or you're out and you see something, and it's like something mundane that's become something different than it normally would be, and it makes you do a double take, and you're like, wait, what? That's not how it normally is. And it's prompting you. That's the sign, that's the symbol. It's okay, it's time. You're going to get out of your comfort zone. You're going to do something you're going to love. You're going to take your mask off and be your authentic self. You're really going to voice your truth. That is what this is connected to. Whoa, the lion. I knew that instinct energy from the lion was so strong. Like I was feeling it viscerally in my body, which is where instinct expresses through. And we have the lion again. So something about lions could be significant too, especially if you see, they just said images of lions behaving in ways they wouldn't. And they're actually showing me like a cartoon lion wearing clothes or something. And it's like, that's not normal, it's like it's different. Or a lion walking on its hind legs is what they're showing me as well. So it's like, again, these symbols represent you doing something differently that's not really expected of you, but that is something that you love, or that you will love if it's something you're doing for the first time. And duck. Oh, that's interesting. They just said if it quacks like a duck, if it walks like a duck, if it quacks like a duck, it's probably a duck. So there's something here, because the 7 of Swords can be about deception or illusion, and all that glitters can also talk about that too. So I feel like there's something or someone in your environment, and you're going to be able to spot it or them for what it is. Like you're going to trust your instincts on it. So I feel like this is actually a 2-part message, where it's like part of it is you avoiding something that is not for you, because this message or this sign comes in. And then the other half of it is getting out of your comfort zone and breaking free from some kind of shell that you've been in, or some kind of like, even like self-repression or distortion. Oh yeah, they just showed me the duck here. It's like he's on the surface of the water. And it was something rising to the top. Yeah, something floating. So it could be something floating in something else as well. And somehow this is going to change your attitude on something. I think maybe you may have been, dare I say, a little bit closed-minded about something in the past. And for whatever reason, what spirit is bringing you awareness to around this sign, or what the sign is helping you to learn and to integrate, is balance. It's like you're harmonizing something with the Temperance card here that in the past you may have had a different attitude towards. Maybe you didn't like that thing, or you thought you didn't like that thing, or maybe you thought you wanted something that you realize you don't want, or that doesn't resonate with you. And again, it's like this sign is helping you to see that. It's helping you to become very present in the now and to shift your perspective in some way that elevates you to this new state of consciousness, that elevates you to this new experience, or something that you're wanting to do for the first time. I feel like this is something you've never done before. And I think that's why your perspective changes on it, because maybe you thought it was something else, but then this sign comes up and you have this opportunity to do something you normally wouldn't do, and you do it and you find out you love it. You know, it's like, oh, I hate bowling. Bowling sucks. Like, bowling's the worst. It's no fun at all. Or I suck at it. But you've never really done it before. You've just seen it. And then all of a sudden this sign shows up, and later that day you have the opportunity to go bowling, and then you realize you actually really love it. And it doesn't matter if you suck at it, because you're enjoying it, you're having fun, you know? So it's something like, not necessarily about bowling, but it's like that type of thing where you're trying something for the first time, you're seeing it with fresh eyes, your attitude around it changes, and it really opens you up and expands you. And you see what you really value. So something that was distorted becomes more clear, and you take this sort of leap of faith, or have the courage to do something that you've never done before. Because even if it's a fun thing, like, there's always some level of hesitation of doing something completely brand new for the first time, because we have no experience of what it is. We're going into it essentially blind. But you've got the glasses here, right? Like, that's why she's got these big ass glasses. So yeah, you might be going into it blind, but you're going to see, and your body's going to tell you what's up too. Like, that's what instincts are. So even if your physical eyes can't see it, or your mind can't see it, your body can. So listen to those little intuitive nudges, or instinctual perceptions. I feel like this is going to be a big rebirth for you, group number 2. Like, this is going to be a big rebirth for you. And it's going to be so bizarre. I don't know. I'm so curious about how this is going to show up for each of you, because the way I'm feeling it and the way I'm seeing it and the information they're giving me it's very strange. Yeah, it's just something so that would be normally ordinary becomes not ordinary, and you're like, wait, what? And then that changes your perspective of it, and then you shift as a person because of that, because you're now wanting to engage in something that you wouldn't have before. It feels like a rebirth, and you do have the egg here, so yeah, being reborn. Let me see if there's anything else. Yeah, they showed me the buckets here. I don't know if you can see that there. There's buckets. So it's something about vessels that hold water. So I think that's actually it for you guys, group number 2. That's the message that Spirit wants to bring through, and it's very cryptic, but I hope that this gives you enough of a hint to be able to be basically like pinpoint that sign when it does come in, and remember this, and then be like, oh, this is the indication, or this is the cue for me to try something new, or to get out of my comfort zone, or to change the way I'm thinking about something. Like, flip it upside down, completely upend it. Yeah, because it's going to help you to really awaken or expand, and it's going to give you a lot of confidence, and you're going to rise because of it. Okay, so that is what I have for you, group 2. Thank you so much for being here on the channel. I enjoy doing these readings for you, so thank you for letting me do that. I love you guys, and we'll see you in the next reading. Bye. All right, hi group number 3. Welcome to your reading. You chose the image of the symbol in the fire, and when Spirit channeled me the prompt, they said like a Chinese character, and then on fire, and I was like, okay. So I put that into the engine, and that's what it came up with. And I don't even know if that's even something Chinese, but it's like a symbol and fire. And I don't think I'm not going to get anything sort of like psychically. They just want me to jump right into the cards with this one. So that's what we're doing. We got the moon. Yeah, there's something very cryptic about this. It's very symbolic. Okay, you have the 8 of inspiration, the 8 of wands. Very fast, and this is fire energy. So there's something about like fire. I think fire is going to be one of the signs of this. The 8 of emotions. I'm also seeing, oh, they said ring of fire. And I'm seeing the moon, the sun, and then this like eclipse-like thing. So this could even be a ring of fire in terms of an eclipse. And I think at the time that I'm filming this, we are moving into eclipse season. We've got a lunar eclipse coming up. And then I think that they go lunar and then solar. Solar, is that how that works? I'm not sure. There's something about an eclipse. Okay, so that could be one of the signs as well. Seeing that ring of fire, and that's the symbol, or there's some kind of coding in that is actually what they're telling me. There's coding in the eclipse. They're showing me 3D glasses, or are those eclipse glasses, like looking at an eclipse? I don't know. There's a lot of superstition around that. So, but yeah, there's something about that. You have the 10 of voices. I'm seeing 1s and 8s also being significant here. You've got number 18, the moon, then 8, 8, and 10. So it's 1, 8, 8, 8, 1. Interesting. Okay, so that could also be part of this coding. Yeah, they keep saying the word coding in my head. So that's what symbols are, right? Numbers are symbols, letters are symbols, like hieroglyphs, pictures, imagery, all of it's symbols. And spirit does communicate primarily through symbols, imagery, emotions, feelings, things like that. So there's something about... they said symbolic transition as well. Queen of emotions. Yeah, I was just saying they communicate through emotions. So this sign is going to be felt, not necessarily seen, but it could coincide with some kind of a solar eclipse. And 1s and 8s, like the numbers 1s and 8s repeating synchronicities. You've got the hanged muse, the hanged man. I think if I budge these over a little bit, we can fit in one more. Because I'm feeling like this other one on top here is relevant. Let's see. 4 of inspiration. Okay. Yeah. They just keep giving me ring of fire, like even the 4 of wands. It's these 3 women sitting in a circle, and wands are the fire element. So something about ring of fire. Okay. And you've also got this ring of water here in the Queen of Emotions card. Water I associate with the moon, fire I associate with the sun. So again, we're kind of back at eclipses. Hold tight and pretend it's a plan. Oh, wow. Interesting. World map, and then it's got like these sun rays coming off of it. I really feel strongly, group number 3, that this is something that's happening around eclipse season or around a solar eclipse. If it's not the one that's coming up, or it might not even be around the eclipse season, but there's something to do. The symbol or sign itself will be, they said, catalyzed by an eclipse or the symbol of an eclipse that you're seeing visually. But you're gonna feel this. It's opening a portal for you. You see the door there? So it's opening a portal for you. That's why this is so symbolic, is because it is coding. It's coding at the subconscious level. It's activating something in you. It's unlocking something in your spirit, is what they just said, and then it's shifting you. You're getting unstuck. They showed me the jellyfish in this card, and you know how she's hanging upside down like that. So you're gonna get free. Gonna get unstuck from something. The Ring of Fire activates that or catalyzes that. Embrace the journey. First thing that really stood out to me was the globe here. Something about the globe. World map, the globe, the planets, sun, moon, earth. Like, that's really, wow. Hold tight and pretend it's a plan. Embrace the journey. I feel like you're going to get launched here, group number 3. You're going to get launched into the stratosphere by this coding being activated, or like through this portal that you're walking through. And this sign around like this Ring of Fire or this eclipse, really, I just keep getting this energy of like launching or taking off. And they're showing me clairvoyantly right now in my mind, like when space shuttles launch and the jets of fire start coming out of the rocket launchers or whatever's on there. I don't know what the terminology is, but that's almost, that could be Kundalini activation. Like big though, big. It's not subtle. Like this is huge. Ordinary is often extraordinary. Yes, it is when you are in these higher dimensional states of being. I'm seeing transformation. There's something shifting for sure. Something big. Create the future. Chart really stood out to me there. And with all these planets coming up as part of the sign, I think that the coding could be in your natal chart. Like astrology. So something astrological is part of this sign. Oh, serendipity. I just keep getting this feeling of you getting unstuck, like you were trapped in something. And this activation, because that's actually what the sign looks like. It's not just a sign for you, group 3. It's an activation. It's may even be connected to fire letters, which is fire coding of the DNA. It does indirectly have to do with Kundalini, or even directly. But there's something about the astrology that's involved in this as well. So this is like a major, they keep giving me the word spirit because I keep wanting to say soul level activation. They're correcting me and saying spirit. This is a spirit level activation. What's the difference? Well, we've got the human mind, the ego. Above that, we have the soul, which is like the individuated part of the spirit. And then above that, we have like the spirit, which is kind of going into like the monad aspect of the soul, which is also like the oversoul. And then above that, we have the avatar consciousness. So there's something about that, like here, that I'm seeing. It's like launching, you're being launched into the stratosphere of your consciousness, or it's like a huge spiritual whip. Oh my God, is this a rocket? No, that can't be a rocket. Is that a rocket right here? I don't know what that is. It kind of like, it looked like a rocket for me for a second, like a cartoon sort of drawing of a rocket. But they were showing me like an actual, like real life rocket launching in my mind. So anyway, it's like huge unlocking of galactic consciousness. Yeah, they're showing me psychic expansion, luck and manifestation really, really elevating. Something's definitely unlocking. You have happy. They just keep giving me this energy of rising as well. So something coming up from this, or you rising from this, because you can see in this card, she's holding on to that 4-leaf clover and she's kind of being launched into the air. And again, launch, right? So it could also space shuttles or planets seeing the globe, these could all be part of this as well, the signs. Balloons, because you see her, how she's holding onto them, and she's almost about to lift off there. Happy, happy, and serendipity. Wow, this is going to be amazing. And yin energy. Okay. Yeah, the moon is very yin. Queen of Cups is very yin. Okay. And fire traditionally is masculine. So this also might be about the merging of masculine and feminine, like fire, water. Fire, water, fire letter coding, unlocking the consciousness, breaking free. Oh, look at this. Jaguar. Wow. Or sorry, panther. I don't know why I said jaguar. Panther and peacock. Oh, I picked it up and the moth was underneath. It stuck to the table. I feel like you're feeling your way out of something here, group 3. And the sign helps you to feel it or to see it beyond your physical sight. It's very sort of encrypted, and there's some kind of distortions that you've been looping in or that you've been stuck in or that have been programmed into the subconscious mind, and this sign activates you to get out of that, to free yourself. And even though, like, let's say, for example, with a solar eclipse, even though the sun is eclipsed, the sun being the light that gives us awareness or consciousness of something, by the moon, which is the darkness or the unconscious, you're still able to feel it and activate it. And because of that, you are breaking free and launching off. I keep getting galactic consciousness integration or activation. The bat. Yes, that's exactly what I was just saying. It's like you're able to feel in the dark rather than see in the dark. Does that make sense? You're able to feel intuitively or send out these signals and receive back this sonar type of echolocation at the spirit level that gives you information to be able to move and evade something or be in a particular location at a particular time, which is what serendipity is about, like right place, right time to walk through this door. Maybe involved in travel, because they were showing me the globe twice there. Oh, at the bottom of the deck you have chameleon. So, like shape-shifting. Whoa. And under that you have sea turtle. It's like getting into the stream, the flow. Like you're just going to feel it. There's some kind of a vortex. Like a vortex that's opening. That's what they just showed me. Yeah, that's like the portal. There's like a gateway or a vortex that's opening. And you're going to, it may be connected to your natal chart, or it's in the astrology or something like that. And it gives you awareness of this opportunity to activate and to free yourself. And you're able to shift out of it. You're able to like change your form and evade some kind of detection. Like you become water and you just flow out of it. You know how water can change forms like that. Like if you put it into a square cup, it becomes square. If you put it into a big round bowl, it becomes round. So it's like in different states they're showing me as well. Different states like vapor, ice, liquid. So there's these different states of being that they're talking about here, and this is activating you to that, and it's giving you the ability to like shapeshift at soul level or spiritually shapeshift to be able to evade some kind of negative trap or limitation in the psychic realm specifically, is what they're telling me. And then it opens up this portal or this doorway for you to create or get onto a timeline that you have a lot of happiness. Like I'm seeing a lot of happiness, breaking free. Like if you have struggled, if you have felt hung up, like look at these two cards, both of them. She's like trapped in this V-shaped pattern, and they're in a similar type of stance, right? And look at this, the V going down, And here we have the V going up. Oh, Merkaba. Right. And they said inverted power currents. Oh. Yeah, this is yin and yang. Balancing in the self, fire and water. Yeah, okay. I'm seeing spirit. Thank you. So you're balancing this out and you're feeling your way out of some kind of a timeline trap or distortion. And by activating yourself, you're launching off of that or out of that reality. It's honestly what it feels like. You're like launching out of a reality that was keeping you stuck because there was like inverted energy. And it's like you were in limbo at spirit level. And they keep giving me the word spirit. So your spirit was like stuck in limbo in this reversed energy. But there's like multiple aspects of you that have been working on this. Different fractals of your consciousness, they're telling me. And so when you became aware of this, possibly today, but maybe not, maybe it was at another time you became aware of this, and then because you have consciousness of it, you can do something about it. You felt something was off. You started to put the piece of the puzzle together. You started to decrypt those codes, right? And then you just felt a vibe. Like, I'm just getting this feeling of like you clairsentiently or you emotionally felt it or you psychically sensed it, and then you were able to take action and to get more information about it. And Spirit gave you as much information as they could. They just took me to this card over here. It says, leave a legacy for those who follow. So I think that you being able to shift into this higher timeline is actually clearing the way for other people, or it's giving an access point for others as well. They keep telling me eclipse. Yeah, something about the eclipses is going to be really powerful. And the timelines are huge, like very vastly different. They're showing me that manifestation moves more quickly in those timelines, so it shows up very, very fast, very fast. So that will also be a sign that you've shifted into that higher timeline, that higher state of consciousness. Your spirit is no longer trapped in that limbo. If you see your manifestations showing up almost like overnight, that is a sign that you've crossed over into that higher timeline, or that you're about to, because you're anchoring to it. Oh yeah, that's like a warning sign that you're about to shift, is what they just said. Okay. Whoa. So yeah, they're talking about polarity reversals again. And they showed me these different paths. So there's like the light path and the dark path on the other side. So something about those paths, and light and dark here as well. Yeah, like shadow grids, I guess. And they can kind of like spear the spirit, is what they're showing me. Oh my God. Because it's not organic. It's not organic to the soul. The soul operates on a particular flow of energy. And it's that upward and downward, like in that particular spin. So if you flip it, if you reverse it, if you turn it upside down on itself, or you reverse the spin, like from, let's say, for example, clockwise to counterclockwise, it completely like impales the energy signature. So being able to feel that and recognize that and then correct it. Now, how would you do that, I wonder? Okay, they're showing me like sacred circles of meditation, working with others, especially around the lunar and solar eclipses is what they're telling me. So coming together in community and focusing on the yin energy specifically, this is like healing the divine feminine polarity. That starts to shift the spin back into its organic flow. And then that opens this portal. this gateway, I should say. It's like a slipstream. They keep showing me like a slipstream, like in Finding Nemo when the turtle gets into the current, the like North Atlantic current. It's like that. There's some kind of a current that's available because of some kind of an astrological event or events. And then it's like you find a doorway into that slipstream, and then you're launched into this higher timeline. Holy cow. They said out of the moon matrix. Okay, yeah, so that's what this was. The distorted reversal patterns are the moon matrix. That kept things stuck in like a distorted black and white. Okay. And there's some kind of camouflage that they want me to talk about here again with the chameleon. There's some kind of camouflage that helps you to like go undetected almost, or like this group of people who is doing this like evacuation route is not detected. Yeah, they just showed me. Okay, there's like a little Stargate portal here, right? And then there's this like all-seeing eye on the top. And the all-seeing eye is not necessarily bad, but that symbol has been corrupted. Not corrupted, but like used to represent something that it's not. Anyway, point being, what they were showing me clairvoyantly was actually a whole bunch of people running through this Stargate portal while the eye is like kind of looking up and like not seeing them. And now they're showing me the scene in Lord of the Rings when Frodo and Sam are in Mordor, and the great eye of Sauron is like looking around, and they're able to get into Mount Doom undetected. It's like they just kind of like slip underneath, and he can't see them. Sauron can't see them, and they get through, and you know, they destroy evil, and then they're able to go back to the Shire and live happily ever after. That's like the vibe I'm getting here. This is so cool. So cool. Yeah. So I think that's it. Group number 3. I'm going to leave it at that. So this is a big sign, a big sort of like mission. And it's going to be something about that ring of fire or the fire letters. So pay attention to those types of things. Do this with community, co-create this as well. Bring as many people as you can with you. This doorway stays open is what they just told me, for as many souls that are ready to go through. So let's share that knowledge. Let's give people the escape route. Get out of that distorted matrix system where we can really thrive and be alive and be our best selves, okay? We'll rise together. I love you guys. Thank you so much for being here on the channel. I appreciate every single one of you, and I love doing this work, so thank you for allowing me to do that and helping me to continue doing that. All right, we'll see you in that higher timeline. I love you guys. We'll see you in the next reading too. Bye.